Hi, and welcome to the Market Alert for Friday, the 1st of March 2024. So, US stocks climbed once again after lack of hawkish surprises from the PCE data, and stocks gain after inline PCE month end data there as well. And a leap of faith. Feb favoured Bitcoin bulls, bond bears, AI advancers, and anti-obesity advocates. Throwing that one in there. As rate cut hope was eviscerated because of the PC numbers, apparently. Economic news today, we've got core CPI for the Eurozone and the flash estimate as well. Then over to the US for manufacturing, revised UM consumer sentiment and ISM manufacturing prices there. And FOMC member Waller is going to be speaking as well. So let's have a look at this non-stop train of moving to the upside for the markets. They continue just to keep going, and there's no sign of them coming down at the moment, despite all of the banging of the war drums and everything else that's going on behind the scenes. So let's kick off and have a look at the Dow. So in the Dow, the market continues to move up as well. I've had a bit of a breather this week for the Dow, but it's starting to make its way back up now, and going to be heading back towards that 32,285. 30-minute chart yesterday, you saw it take off after the PCE numbers. Market pulled back and retested, but by the end of the session and overnight, the market is now moving back to the upside towards yesterday's high. In the German DAX, well, it's just vertical for the week as the market continues to move to the upside. We've got a new all-time high being made as I record. 17,791, heading for 17,800. We're only 200 points off 18,000 if you look at the monthly charts. And if we just grab this tool and we go from the low here to the recent high, the market has put on 3,203 points. So it's a lot that's gone on there. At some point it's going to have to have some sort of a pullback. But at the moment, it just seems like it's not going to stop. Now, whether this is because of the war situation and Sweden joining NATO and all this other sort of stuff, I mean, you know, the war news is good news for the market, particularly, obviously, Europe at the moment, where Ukraine and Russia are at war. So, again, don't be surprised if this continues in the short term. 30-minute chart for yesterday, we spiked up to begin with. We had a bit of a pullback. We then moved up with the PC news. They came down with the Dow, and then we've headed up, and we're already through yesterday's high in the Dow. S&P is making its way back up to the all-time high of 5,111. Yesterday, nice buying, moving the market up. We're at 89% retracement in the S&P. Just need to take out that 5,111 level. Again, you can see yesterday we moved lower, shook out, then brought back, and then up, and we're close to yesterday's high already in the S&P. The FT100 also doing a nice reversal yesterday with some buying coming into the market. It's got these 3 fib retracement levels to take out, including the recent high there as well. And in the 30-minute chart, moved up nicely, stopped at the 200 MA and the R1 there, moved back down just above the close of Wednesday before then moving higher. And overnight the market's jumped up and over the 200 MA there, heading through the high of yesterday. And in the US dollar, the market continuing to move to the upside. No surprise there really. You can expect more of this, more downside pressure on the metals market, because that's what their intention is at the moment, to keep it under pressure, keep the prices down, as I've said a million times before, so that the central banks can continue to accumulate gold. And speaking of metals, silver let off the hook yesterday, allowed to move back to the upside. Watch the 50 EMA if it does continue to move. I highly doubt it if the dollar's going to move to the upside. More likely to see a test of the 2186 level there. 30-minute chart spiked up with relief yesterday that the PCE numbers were better than, well, not better than forecast, but came out less worse than was forecast. Market up overnight and trading towards yesterday's high. Like I say, it's unusual to see the market being allowed to move up, so it'll soon be reversing and moving back to the downside. In the gold market, continuing to spike to the upside there, and just need to take out the 78% retracement convincingly, the 89, and then you've got the high to the left. In the 30-minute chart, you can see the launch of gold yesterday, and also overnight the market's trading through the close. The high is just above there. That needs to be taken out if the gold price is to continue to the upside. In the gold-silver ratio, coming down a bit during yesterday because of the spike up, but again, keep an eye on the resistance that we've got in this market to head back towards 100 silver coins to 1 ounce of gold. Dirt cheap is the only word I can use there. I mean, it's absolutely insane that silver should be this cheap, but there you go. It is what it is. That's what you can get when you can manipulate the prices with paper contracts as opposed to the real physical. Okay, let's have a look at yesterday's markets and the 2-minute Dow. So yesterday the market was already through the high when I was recording the market alerts, and then you'll see prices reverse and move back to the upside in just a moment, making a new all-time high again, and then waiting for the markets to open, which again was no surprise really to see the markets continuing to move to the upside all the way through the R3, and then the market turning around and having a breather and pulling back quite sharply there. We then had a move back to the upside, but then we had a reversal as the market came back and put in a short. The market then decided it wasn't going to go short, got down towards the 50 EMA before reversing it and then moving back to the upside. The market then just stayed in a range until the Dow opened on the electronic market, and then the market was brought back above the R3 once more. And they kept doing that, and then the Dow opened. We had the PCE numbers, the market then trading sideways and actually fairly quiet given the morning's activities. You can see how tiny these bars, some of these are just 2 or 3 points. So not a great mover and shaker in the afternoon for the German DAX, but then it doesn't need to be, does it? It's put over 3,200 points on, as we've seen in the last month. So it'll be interesting to see if it can do the same this month as we head into March and into the spring. Okay, quick look at the 2-minute overnight. Let's just have a look at that. You can see the market sideways. We're above yesterday's high already. We've got the R1 above. So again, the market free to head up towards the R1, R2, and of course the R3. Who knows? It's just insane, but it continues to keep moving, which you can see every morning. You think, well, surely we're going to get a bit of a pullback, but we've had none. It will come. The day always comes, but at the moment there's no sign of it. Okay, that's it for this one as we head into the weekend. Thanks for being here. Have a great weekend, and I will see you in the next one. So as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.